Welcome to West Country Wanderings. As I record this, I'm not sure if this is going to be one of my short bite series, or whether it's going to be a bit longer, or whether it's going to be part of my monthly vlog. So I'm recording several intros. So assuming it's a short bite, and the reason I'll explain is because we're on a Wednesday, in fact, Wednesday morning. I did the Slad one back last Friday, which was a stunning, beautiful day. It's been raining every day since then. Haven't been able to get out to do any filming at all. This is the first opportunity, but rain is forecast for later on. We've got two storms coming in, one tonight, that's Wednesday night, and a really bad one coming in on Friday. So I'm not sure how it's going to go today, so I'm just going with the flow. Anyway, enough of that. The reason I'm here, I'm at a place called Over, just outside of Gloucester. Lots of places of interest around here. We've got a vineyard just over the way here. We've got some flooded fields here, which are part of the Severn floodplain. We've also got a canal for you, a canal basin, and also a hill over there. So why not join me here on West Country Wanderings at Over, just outside Gloucester. Behind me is Lassington Hill. This is a track coming up from Over Farm Shop. There's a farm shop there. There's a small car park there. So I parked there, walked up the track. This is also part of the Wysis Way. I've mentioned that previously, if you've not come across it before. It's a trail, medium distance, I wouldn't say it's a long distance trail, I'm not sure the exact length, maybe 50, 60 miles, and it links up the rivers Wye with the river Thames, or Isis, and it goes from the town of Monmouth, which is in Wales over the border, down to Kemble in Gloucestershire. But yeah, I'm not doing the Wysis Way, it goes up that way. But this Lassington Hill is a nature reserve, and I think it's in the care of Gloucestershire Wildlife Trust, so we'll go and have a closer look. So I'm now in Lassington Wood. I can't see any signs saying this is Gloucestershire Wildlife Trust. So I'll do a bit of homework, see if they own it, drop in a bit of an explanation in the titles below in the usual way. But either way, it's a delightful place. The main track goes on that way. It actually goes to a village called Highnam, which is an interesting place in itself. Got a spectacular church. Maybe that's one for another day. But here we're just going to have a look around the nature reserve here. I'm then going to head back into Over, grab a cup of tea, and then head over to the canal basin here as well. Absolutely delightful bird song here. So I'm just going to shut up now and let the birds do the talking. So behind me is the west channel of the River Severn. North of Gloucester and south of Tewkesbury, the River Severn divides into two channels. The east channel is the navigable one, which we mentioned when we did Chocolate and Canals, the section between Diglis Basin and Worcester down to where it meets the Gloucester Canal. But the west channel isn't navigable, but it is obviously encroaching onto its floodplain because of the rain that we've had this time of the year in February. So that's May Hill behind me, probably some 10 miles to the west from where I'm at the moment, and just the outskirts of the village of Highnam. And over that side are the Malvern Hills. They're probably about, well, the lower slopes of them, probably about 15 miles from where I am. And that's somewhere that we'll be returning again soon. We've been there. I caught the train to Great Malvern on a previous episode. Drop in the link for that if you've not seen that. But we're going to go to the lower slopes of Malvern Hills on our next walking trail over in that direction. So behind me is a restored section of the Herefordshire and Gloucestershire Canal. We've not actually covered this canal before, but we will be doing so again in West Country Wanderings. In fact, I'm going to be visiting another restored section of it when I do my monthly blog in a few days' time on the channel here. So yeah, this is a fabulous restored section of the canal. It was restored, well, they bought some new houses here, built some new houses around, started building them on the site of an old TB isolation hospital that closed. I think it opened around the First World War time when these sort of places opened, and it closed in the early 1990s. The site was demolished and a property developer built it, and as part of the entire scheme they restored the canal basin here at Over. I'm just about a mile and a half, 2 miles to the west of Gloucester city centre at this location, and it's been, as you can see, it's been fantastically restored. In fact, it was reopened, this restoration, by Prunella Scales of 40 Towers fame and Timothy West, her acting husband. And if you're familiar with canals, you'll know that partnership have been doing sterling work, particularly with the Kennet and Avon Canal back in the late 1980s and early 1990s, and they're keen narrowboaters themselves. So this canal has an interesting history. There was an Act of Parliament that was passed in 1791 for its construction to link via waterway the important two cities of Hereford and Gloucester so they could exchange trade. But unlike the Gloucester Sharpness Canal and also the canal that's being restored, Stroudwater and Thames and Severn, it wasn't on a major route in terms of connecting freight like it was with the coal fields to bring coal into London. That was the main purpose of the Stroudwater and Thames and Severn, and also with the Gloucester Sharpness to bring freight down from the Midlands into the Bristol Channel area. This didn't really have a particular purpose, only in terms of local industry, and of course it would have been light and agricultural, so it wasn't a huge success. However, it opened in two phases. The first section opened in 1798 and the second section opened in 1845. Now, in 1845, when that second section opened and it was complete, it was taken over by a railway company. And in 1881, because the canal was not successful, they decided to build a railway over the top of the canal, and that railway was in fact the Gloucester to Herefordshire line, Gloucester to Hereford line, should I say. And we come across that line when I did a day trip to Ledbury. If you check out that video, you'll see that I walked along a section of the line there. And just behind me here is a recently restored spillway section, so when the water level in the canal comes too high with rainfall, it can literally spill off and then enter the west channel of the River Severn, which almost runs parallel to the canal at this point here. Now, as you can see behind me, we have a good half a mile restored section here. There are, I think, about 8 or 9 other locations between Hereford and Gloucester where the canal has been restored, either partially or fully, and we're going to be looking at some of those over the coming months here on West Country Wanderings. Now, the Herefordshire Gloucestershire Canal Trust that maintains and is actively wanting to reconnect this canal completely up again. So again, it's quite a bit of work, but they have made huge progress with those 8 or 9 sections which have been fully restored, which is really, really great to see, and as I say, I'll be sharing those. They originally had a visitor centre, and it's now been turned into a restaurant pub called the Lockkeepers, and that's situated here at Over, just to the west of Gloucester, just off the A40. Now, sadly, the weather's not on my side today. We've got squally showers coming in very, very soon, within the next few minutes. So I'm going to have to wrap this video up today here on the Herefordshire Gloucestershire Canal. If you enjoyed it today, please consider a like, subscribe, a comment, or even a share. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care. All the best. Cheers. Bye-bye now.